Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Gotlegs. It's been a while since my last update, but of course when everything goes according to plan, something goes wrong. I went for a 10.5-hour training week, everything was great. Then I got ill, so that was just perfect. And my first initial thought was that I've pushed myself too hard, until it dawned on me that I had 3 or 4 coworkers that was sick at the same time, as well as everybody I've almost talked to had the same thing. So we had like a flu thingy that went around, and I got hit by that. And it's been almost 2 weeks since I initially ended my training week. So my whole idea of having a training camp this Easter has really gone to pieces. It didn't really go. This is the first time I'll be out riding for quite a while now. So today the weather is actually pretty good. It's really cold. It's about 0 degrees. But hopefully there's not that much wind today. But it's almost April 1st, and we should be feeling spring a bit more than we do here in Denmark. But it's really cold. It's been snowing, but there's no snow outside or anything like that. But I won't be riding my winter bike anymore. I will be riding the tarmac instead, because it's spring. I need something else to do. I need to get some miles on that, because I need to get adjusted to the position of that bike. So it'll be out on the Specialized today, and the Cannondale winter bike is hopefully done for this season, and hopefully it'll only be smiles with the Specialized. And I actually had a ride a couple of, I think it was last week, just an easy ride on it, and it's just so much smoother. It's just insanely better than the winter bike. But then again, the winter bike is designed for the bad weather, with the fenders, with the heavier tires, the heavier wheels, everything like that. So that's the initial introduction to all this, to this entire video. So let's get on the bike instead and head outside. So this is just fantastic weather to ride in today. It's not as cold as I feared, but it's still cold. So, but the sun is pretty warm today, so it makes it all up. Yesterday I had my bike serviced. Just needed some final tunings, some indexing of the gears and stuff like that. I put on a new chain and a new cassette, and it just didn't seem to go as smooth as it used to. So I was just by a mechanic, and he made it all function again. So shout out. Actually, my training week a couple of weeks ago was pretty good. 10.5 hours, pretty satisfied with that. And then I got ill, and instead of riding the bike, we got a lot of stuff done at home. So putting up pictures, drilling holes in the walls and stuff like that. It's been a good couple of weeks, but I really missed being out riding, even though the weather has been very weird. We're in the end of March and it's still really cold. There's no spring in the air whatsoever. I just read the weather report for the upcoming weeks, and they just can't see any spring, so we just have to get used to this. Alright, back from the ride, and it's actually sunny outside, so I'm gonna take these clothes and hang them out to dry outside, and hopefully they'll get some air and all that we haven't done for quite a while. So let's put this up. So we actually got pretty far with the house by now. So you can see that the wall's been painted. I think I showed you that before. Also got some pictures up here, and we got some like shelves up here, and everything is actually going pretty good. The kitchen is almost done, or it is more or less done. We have some finishing touches to do, but we're still waiting on some of the stuff. We got a new table right here, very nice wood table. Insanely impossible to keep clean because it's real wood, so it soaks up everything. But it looks really, really good, so that's just fantastic. There's not that many things that I actually do to my bike mechanically because I usually tend to make things worse than they actually are. But one of the things that I actually do is to re-grease my speed plate pedals. And I haven't done this all year so far, so it's probably a good idea to have them re-greased, especially the one on the left or the non-drive side. Really needs some grease. I can really feel how it's actually ratcheting inside. So it's pretty easy. There's a screw on the outside cover that you have to get loose and remove. It's a pretty small screw, so remember to not throw it away because they tend to get lost sometimes. And what you really need is one of these. This is a syringe and some grease. This is more nicer way. You can also just buy like one-time syringe in your pharmacy or anything like that. I usually have some paper as well. Got it right here. Because you use it, you have like a grease port on the side of your pedals if you're using speed plate. You basically take your syringe, put it in, get it greased up, and then the old grease is being pushed out of the pedal, and it's quite messy, so you'll need to use the paper to get that out. So this is pretty simple. Get in the syringe, into the hole, and you just start getting in some nice grease. So you can see right here that the grease has come out on the other side of the pedal, and actually the grease port has been pushed out a bit. You can usually just push it in again. It's nothing too severe, but you can see all that grease. That's the old grease coming out. And basically you should be pushing more grease into it until you get, I'm using a red grease. So you can see when the grease starts to get red on the inside, you've probably done enough. So this is basically a very easy tune-up tip. Alright, so the bike's been done now. It's gotten some new grease into the speed plate pedals. It's a fairly easy operation, you know, it takes about 5 minutes to do or something like that. It's pretty simple. And I guess that's all for me for now. Thanks again for watching this video. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, write to me down in the comments. And make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch the other videos and all that, blah, blah, blah. And until next time, bye.